What's up guys, my name is Ronnie and welcome to DEMM TCG. So in today's video we're going to go ahead and do a deck profile on my WarGreymon deck. So let's get into it. Alright everyone, so here we are with the deck profile. So in today's video, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be showcasing my WarGreymon deck profile for you guys. If you haven't checked out our previous video where I go to locals and enter a Digimon tournament, go ahead and be sure to check that out. And while you're there, be sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe to DEMM TCG for some more awesome videos. So with this deck, I actually did not take this deck to the tournament. I actually was running Yellow WarGreymon, but since Great Legends has been released, Yellow WarGreymon is way better than Yellow WarGreymon. So this deck is very aggro, very aggressive. A lot of DP lowering in this deck, in this build, and it's really competitive. I am running a budget build of this deck, so you're not going to see your Lucymons or your Pulsemons, unfortunately. Those are quite expensive, but if you are a budget player wanting to get into Digimon, definitely check out this deck profile. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. First, we're going to go ahead and talk about our eggs. So the eggs we're running is 3 Upamon and 2 Koromon. Both of these eggs are really good. The ratios vary per player. Personally, I like seeing more Upamon than Koromon, so I like to have it 3-2. So Upamon's inheritable ability is when attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger draw 1. So really good. We also have Koromon, our second egg in this deck. When attacking once per turn, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1000 DP for the turn. So really good. Like I said before, this deck does a lot of minus DPing to your opponent's Digimon. So that's kind of the main focus of the deck. Plus it can go pretty aggro, pretty aggressive towards your opponent's security. So that's it for the eggs. Let's go ahead and jump into the main deck. First off, of course, we're going to go ahead and talk about our rookies. So for our rookies, we're running triple Patamon. His inheritable ability is during your turn, once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping to 0 DP, gain 1 memory. So again, the whole dropping DP is really good in this deck. You plus from doing so, if you have a Patamon and the inheritable, if you have a Digimon stacked over this and you lower someone's DP, you easily gain a memory. We also run 3 Salamon. So Salamon on deletion, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery 1. So basically you can crash this into an opponent's Digimon or attack into your opponent's security for free basically. And then if you have 3 or fewer security, you basically gain an extra security. Those who are new to Digimon, security is basically your life points in this game. So next up, we got 3 copies of Bushi Agumon. Probably one of my favorite looking cards right here. So he is a 5 play cost, unfortunately, but you don't really hard play him that much. We'll actually go into more detail into that later. But he does have a rush ability. So when this Digimon is played, it can attack the same turn it comes into play. So really good. Once again, being more aggressive against your opponent's security. And then we also run Lopmon. Lopmon, a 3 cost Digimon. On play, look at the top card of your security stack. You may add that card to your hand and trigger draw 1. So you can have the option whether or not if you want to add the top security card to your hand. It's really good. It really drops your security. This deck plays around having your security stack rather be at 3 security. So really good to have this card. And then last but not least, are running the 2 Tsukaimon. Tsukaimon is a 2-drop play cost Digimon, so really good. That 2-drop does come in clutch, comes in pretty handy, really good to see. So that does it for our rookies. So next we're running our champions. So we got 4 copies of Pitomon, 4 copies of Unimon, and 4 copies of Tsururimon. So Pitomon and Unimon are your blockers. So in total you are running 8 blockers in this deck. Pitomon is definitely superior just because it has that 1 Digivolution cost as opposed to Unimon's 2. But you know, having the 2 in your deck fully maxed out is really good. And then that's the reason why we run Tsururimon, because of that 1 drop Digivolution cost. Super good. Easily memory choke your opponent through this, and you know, make your turns very effective and productive. So that's it for our champions. Next, for our ultimates, so we're running 4 copies of Angelwomon, 3 copies of WarGreymon, and then lastly 2 more copies of Angelwomon. So with this Angelwomon right here, when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security -2, which is really good, especially to those decks that have security gaining capabilities, so like your red decks or even your green decks. And then that's until the end of your opponent's turn. But the main reason why we play this Digimon is because of its inheritable ability. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon card from your hand without paying its memory cost. So really good. So as I mentioned before, this synergizes well with, you know, Bushi Agumon or even our Lopmon. You know, try to gain extra knowledge for our security. And then if you have Bushi Agumon, you don't pay that 5 cost, and he can just go ahead and straight up attack your opponent's security without even having a summoning sickness. So it's really good. Angelwomon is really the best ultimate you run. So next we also got WarGreymon. WarGreymon, his main ability is a Digiburst ability. So when you Digiburst 2, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -4000 DP for the turn. So really good. It synergizes really well with our Megas. Our Megas have DP lowering abilities as well. So 4000 plus on top of, let's say, like WarGreymon, you know, that's 10,000 DP reduced, or even /Angemon, who does 8,000. So if you Digiburst him and then stack /Angemon over WarGreymon, it's really good. It does a total of 12,000 damage to one of your opponent's Digimon. So really good. And then last but not least, the Angelwomon. When digivolving, when you have 3 or fewer security cards in your pile, you can go ahead and recover +1 to your security. So really good. This does come in pretty clutch every now and then. So that's it for our ultimates, our level 5s. So going on to our megas, of course, the heart of the deck, running 4 copies of WarGreymon, and then 2 copies of /Angemon, and then last but not least, 2 copies of Magnadramon. So WarGreymon's ability, when attacking once per turn, you may add the top card of your security stack to your hand to unsuspend this Digimon and have one of your opponent's Digimon get -6000 DP for the turn. So basically what you do is you swing with this at your opponent's security, and then you trigger its effect, taking the top card of your security, add it to your hand, and then do -6000 to one of your opponent's Digimon. Ideally, you want to do it to your opponent's blocker to easily get rid of their blockers. Most blockers are usually 6000 DP, so WarGreymon is really great onto that. And then he can go ahead and swing after that once he's restand. So he's unsuspended after that. Really good. Next up, we run the 2 copies of /Angemon. His Digivolving effect is when he is Digivolved, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -8000 DP for the turn. Really good. Again, once again, the -DP effect is super good with this deck. And then last but not least, we're running 2 copies of Magnadramon. So her on play effect, although it's an 11 cost, on play effect, it's really good. So on play effect, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery +2. So like I said, the con of this deck is you have to play around having only 3 security. So sometimes if you're running low on your resources, you would drop Magnadramon to gain +2 security, and it's really good. And then also when attacking, it has the same effect as Angelwomon, where you may play 1 level 3 Yellow Digimon card from your hand without paying its memory cost. So really good. This card has saved my butt so many times, so really good. So that does it for our megas. But of course, since we're running yellow, we're running 2 copies of Chaosmon Velder Arm. So when digivolving, activate the following effect twice. Activate it twice, guys. So one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for the turn. So in total, you can do a total of 14,000 DP reduction onto your opponent's Digimon. So you can do it on one of your opponent's beefier Digimon, or if you see 2 Digimon that are 7,000 or less, you can pop both of those Digimon. Basically, once you drop this, digivolve it on top of your megas. So super good, really good card. And then also his on deletion effect is gain 3 memory. So if they want to delete this, you get 3 memory for free. So really good. Chaosmon is a great staple for this deck. Moving on to our Tamers now, and our option card of choice. We're running 3 TKs and then 2 Blinding Rays. Of course, if you're running yellow, TK is a really good card. If you have 2 or less memory, you set your memory to 3, and then on play, you look at your security stack, reveal 1 card, and if it's yellow, you get to recovery +1. So you have that security knowledge to see what is in your security. And then, of course, Blinding Ray, just to get you to your 3 security. Trash the top card of your security stack, then gain 2 memory. So really good. And yeah, so that's about it for deck profile. Very in detailed look at our very first Digimon deck profile for WarGreymon. This deck is super fun, super competitive. You know, if you are ever looking to get into Digimon, once again, I do highly recommend it. I've been playing Digimon for a little over a month now, and it's a fun game, guys. I really enjoy it. The community is amazing as well. Super friendly, super helpful, super knowledgeable to get newer players going. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe to DEMM TCG. Be looking forward to more content videos, guys. So we might be posting some more Digimon, some more Yu-Gi-Oh, hopefully some Pokemon. I know Eric's trying his best to do Pokemon, trying to do his vlogs of him getting Pokemon cards here in Vegas. So be on the lookout for that. Once again, guys, do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and join the DEMM fam. My name is Ronnie, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.